Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, Gran Turismo 7 currently features an absolutely hilarious glitch, and it actually involves a car that I never thought I'd even touch or even talk about again, that being the Porsche VGT Spyder. So when I did my review for this car, I said it was probably the most useless car in the whole game due to its battery charge and not being able to earn any of that money back. But there is actually a way, and it's probably the weirdest way you can think of. Now, the Spyder and the standard VGT are actually the exact same car underneath. It's just the exterior is a bit different. Now, if you look here, that's actually a set of dirt tyres on this VGT Spyder, which just isn't quite right. And I actually found this by playing around in a lobby with a bunch of friends, and I did give it a go at first in its 1,000 brake horsepower form, or sorry, nearly 1,100, but it was absolutely terrible. But with a bit of down tuning, you can actually get this to be a very usable dirt rally car, and I'll prove that a little bit later. Now, if you look here, you can actually go into the tuning shop and buy yourself a set of dirt tyres currently. Now, what makes me think this is actually a glitch is because we'll go over in a minute and have a look at the original VGT, and considering these cars are exactly the same in terms of their upgrades, you know, it kind of just proves that this has got to be a mistake on Polyphony's part. So this is the original Porsche VGT, and it's the exact same as the Spyder. Modders did look into it when the car was announced, or sorry, data miners should I say, whatever you want to call them, and they essentially just pulled up that, you know, this car is essentially just a reskin. It's probably the most pointless, add-on or update car we've ever had. And if you go into the tuning shop and try and get some dirt tyres for the original VGT, you'll notice you just cannot do it. You cannot buy them. You cannot even get the option to, purchase them or put them on, even in the race shop. But with a little bit of tuning, we can go back to the VGT Spyder and actually get it to work for this here. This is the World Rally Challenge at Fisherman's Ranch. Now, the OGs will probably know exactly how good this was for grinding when the game first came out, and the payments were even worse. And with a little bit of downgrading, you can actually get this to drop under this 700 pp mark, which you actually need for this event. And bear in mind, you can literally use anything here as long as it has dirt tyres, and it's just any car. So you can use rally cars, road cars, and all that good stuff. And as you can see, we've got it just under 700, and we're just going to try and, get a little bit more power and a little bit more performance out of it, and it will actually drop its horsepower to around about 769, which is actually a much more usable amount of power than the 1,000 brake horsepower. Now, it is very weird at first because it doesn't have any gears. Obviously, it has drive, and, well, that's your lot. But it is actually very good off-road, and that's mainly due to its acceleration. The handling itself is still not that bad, to be honest. When I was trying the 1,000 horsepower build out, it was absolutely awful. It just power drive itself over the ramps, bottom out, fling itself into the barriers, and just spin around like no tomorrow. But with this 700 build, it's actually much more usable, and it actually does give you a chance to use it in an event and actually earn some money back with the car itself. Now, 1,000,000 credits, it's a little bit silly to just go out of your way unless you've already bought this, but it is quite funny to actually get some use out of what is essentially a useless grinding car in a way that you probably would never ever think of. And it's just absolutely hilarious, and it is kind of bugs and mistakes like this that really give me them vibes from old Gran Turismo games, where you take the most ridiculous car onto the most ridiculous event, and it actually performed very well. So I never thought I'd actually say this, but you know what? Bravo, Polyphony. You've actually made a mistake and actually made the game more fun in the process, which is something that we can't really say very often, but it is really actually, a huge bunch of fun. The good thing is I actually found that even when I was hitting the barriers, or, I might have bumped the AI, I'd actually never lose my clean race bonus here. So in fact, within around about an hour of just constantly restarting this, you can earn around about 900,000 credits, which means, within an hour of just messing about and having a laugh, you can essentially earn all your money back on this car, which is just, mind-blowing. Like I said in my review, the fact that they put these EV cars in and you can't earn the money back, and they just kind of sit in your garage with, next to no mileage on them, is just an absolute pain. So it does feel quite funny just to be able to kind of, I guess, give the middle finger to Polyphony and say, look, even though you provided me with what essentially should be a useless car, I'm still going to use it to get a little bit of money back, but you know, that's not the main topic of the video. The main topic is, look, you can make some funny builds within Gran Turismo 7, whether it be a wheelie in, you know, dragster, crazy tippy over kind of, you know, Suzuki Cappuccino, or something as ridiculous as this, an off-road VGT Spyder, which essentially turns it into a pretty decent rally car. So, you know, it is just, you know, crazy little things like that within Gran Turismo 7 that really do just give me that nostalgic vibes for the most ridiculous things we used to do, you know, back in like Gran Turismo 1, Gran Turismo 2, GT4, and all that good stuff. I mean, if you guys remember cars like the wheelie and Suzuki Escudo Pikes Peak, you know, they were just absolutely crazy. I mean, I believe like you could hit something like 3,000 miles an hour in that thing. It was just absolutely ridiculous back in the day. And then obviously you've had, you know, crazy builds, you know, pretty much everywhere really. You've had silly cars like the I don't know if you guys may remember, but from Gran Turismo 6 you had the Lunar Rover, I believe it was called, where essentially you do like moon time trials, and this just feels like, you know, a bit of a throwback to the days where Gran Turismo didn't take itself too seriously, didn't care about microtransactions or anything like that, and just kind of let you do the most ridiculous things with some of the most ridiculous cars. And you know, it really did just give me a sense of really what Gran Turismo 7 could be if we were just allowed that kind of freedom. You know, if it was up to me, they should allow this on, you know, stupid things like the Tomahawk, which I feel like could just make for some really funny content and, you know, some really funny trolling in lobbies and such. So it would be, you know, really cool if, you know, maybe Polyphony kind of start thinking differently about Gran Turismo and go back to just what made people fall in love with the wacky side of Gran Turismo, because this really does feel like those days. And to be honest, actually, after running this the once just to get the clip, I actually kept going back just because, well, I enjoyed it. You know, it felt good to actually make use of the rally stages, and although the pay's not absolutely amazing, you know, within around 6 minutes you're getting nearly, you know, 100k and a clean race bonus that you just cannot lose. So, you know, it is genuinely just, you know, an absolute hoot. And for me, you know, as someone that's played all the Gran Turismo games, it's what makes them special, is just the most ridiculous, stupid cars. Or, you know, I don't know if you guys remember taking the, I can't remember which car it was. I think it was one of the Colts in like Gran Turismo 2, I want to say, or maybe even Gran Turismo 4, where you could essentially very early in the game boost it right up to the point within a few races you used to be able to run it with, you know, insane turbos strapped to it, doing the most ridiculous things and just absolutely slaughtering the AI in like Clubman Cups and such. And it is just kind of not only just a silly little bug that's kind of just been overlooked or, you know, left in the game. I don't think it's intentional, and we'll probably see this removed, which will be pretty gutting, to be honest, because this car will just go back to being, well, absolutely useless. But it is just a hit of nostalgia, and that's really what Gran Turismo is about to a lot of people. You know, whether you were just kind of the person that used to run the, I don't know if you guys remember, but the Model T in Gran Turismo 4, you know, kind of just crazy things like that. It's just absolutely, you know, phenomenal that something like this returns. And not only is it just funny to use and something really ridiculous, it kind of starts giving you nostalgia and bringing back those memories of, oh, I remember doing things like this in the older Gran Turismos. And just, you know, for me, Polyphony should definitely think about keeping this in, and maybe even, you know, thinking, you know what, if people are having fun with this, maybe we should just open up, you know, the opportunity to just do more crazy dirt builds or road builds or all that good stuff. If you guys do want to see kind of more weird and wacky builds within Gran Turismo 7, let me know. I'm more than happy to make them, because it's a part of the game that's just not gotten stale for me yet. I mean, this game's been out a while now, and, you know, making these weird and wacky builds just really is one of the most fun things you can do within Gran Turismo 7. So if you do try this out, let me know. As you can see, the payout is actually nearly 100 grand with a clean race bonus. So again, you can actually, you know, finally use this car to earn a bit of its money back. But it's your choice, really. You know, I wasn't really necessarily doing it for the money. So that's going to be it for today's video. I just thought I'd highlight one of the, I guess, more ridiculous and nostalgic kind of errors within Gran Turismo 7, and I had a whole heap of fun, just using this ridiculous car. And do you know what, Polyphony? If you do end up seeing this, please just do more of this, because it really does kind of make the game a lot more kind of, I guess, versatile, and it just allows us to just make the most ridiculous cars. I mean, please give us a Tomahawk with dirt tyres, because I'm absolutely desperate for that. So that's going to be it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Turn those notifications on if you don't want to miss an upload from myself. I upload GT7 content each and every day. Don't forget to check my sponsor out for this video, the Controller People. The link will be down in the description, as well as my Discord. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care, guys. Peace.